It's been 3 months since I got laid off. Cool ups and downs, crappy ups and downs. How do you handle rejection? I came to terms with my layoff a couple of weeks after. It took a while to process everything and listen to people and kind of look within to see what was there or what wasn't there. And I came to the terms of that I was average, meaning I didn't have the skill set that the other person or persons had. Uh, Otherwise, I would have been, not on the chopping block where they would have been let go. Um, there are other types of rejections. You know, I've been through several of types recently within the last 3 to 4 months, and most of them I can process. I can accept what happened. I can accept I didn't have the skill set. Right? I'll open an email, and for a job I applied to, and there's a rejection notice. Okay, I'm kind of used to those. Last week it caught me off guard because I was going into an interview and I checked my email. I checked my last video about that, and it kind of reset my state of mind because I was excited to go do this interview. Then I had to reset, regroup, and maintain my composure to go into this interview because I got a rejection email from a job that I really wanted to interview for, and that went over. The interview went pretty well. And then there are other types of rejections where you take a look inward because it didn't really have to do with a skill set you have or a skill set you could develop. It was more or less about your personality and character. And when that rejection happens, it hits you personally. And most of the times I can take personal rejection or rejections that deal with me personally. I can process them and I can just let them, go away. But there are certain types of rejections where I can accept what happened. I can process the emotions, which is very difficult because there are a lot of feelings that go into this type of process that for you to get rejected, or from when I got rejected, and can't really change anything for the next time. And like my layoff, I'm not defined by my job, but I am defined by my personality and my character, right? My tangibles and intangibles. My tangibles being the things I know how to do, can do, and my intangibles would be my personality, character, or how I interact with people or someone. So that type of rejection is harder to bounce back from. I've noticed it takes a couple of days. I can go do all the things I want to do to take my mind off of things, to be with my kids and my family, go, get some exercise, go do something. But when those quiet hours hit and you're all alone with just your thoughts, that's when it becomes difficult. I haven't slept for the last 3 days because there was something in my mind telling me, hey, think on this, ruminate on this, rehearse in your mind what could be said, what could have been said, what you could have done different. And that's what sucks when you get stuck in that state of mind. I know some people that get stuck in that state of mind and they live it out, and it becomes very difficult for them to come back to reality. I often research these things so I know what to do and what not to do, because I'm not an expert at anything. Well, almost an expert at being me, but I have some improvement to do. But being rejected for a job, being rejected from a social community, or rejected by someone, yeah, there are rejections, but each of them take time to process. Some will go faster than the others, and sometimes some of them you might not get out of, right? So I would suggest reaching out for help, leaning on your support system. But there is one rejection that I just recently experienced where I don't want to reach out to anybody because it's a personal rejection. I have to deal with it on my own, and that I'm okay with. I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't engulf me, make sure it doesn't, become my persona for the next couple of days or even weeks. And most of all, I need to be kind to myself because that rejection, that shit hurts because it was on a personal level. How do you handle rejection? I know there's some things out there on the internet you can look at, or you can talk to some people. Next time you get rejected, try a process, right? Assess it, right? Try not to take it personal after you've processed, because you will in the beginning. You'll take it personal. You'll make it personal, but then process through those feelings. Be kind to yourself, and then grow from the experience. That's what I'm going to try and do. Hopefully, it works.